Today we're going to create a fun pink monochromatic look. I'm Laura Ray. Recently I put out a YouTube short on pink lipstick and overwhelmingly you all picked this shade as your favorite. It's Pink Wink from Maybelline, a longtime favorite of mine. Today I'm basing the look on this shade and we're going to pull it all together and create a fun pink monochromatic look. Right now I'm barefaced. I have nothing on except I did put a little of this eye serum. It's from Vichy. I've had this for quite a long time. I'm going to put a little bit more on. It's a gel and I love how it sinks quickly into the skin. This is perfect for the morning time when you're trying to get going and you just want to get your makeup on and you want something simple, quick, and easy. It sinks into the skin. It's very hydrating. I love it. The other skincare we're going to put on this morning is Galactomyces. This is from CosRx. It's their 95 Tone Balancing Essence. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. You see how runny it is. It ran right down my hand. It's very thin. I love that. I just pat it into the skin. I never use anything heavy on my skin in the morning. Now that I'm retired, I have a little more time for the skincare to sink in. But still, like this circumstance, I'm filming the video, I don't want to have to stop and wait 15 or 20 minutes for my moisturizer to sink in. So these essences just work so great. They're really quick, hydrating. Also, it being summer, the humidity is crazy here in Florida, and I just don't need something heavy on my skin. So we're going to let that sit for a second, and I'm going to go ahead and put my brows on. I'm using the Essence Thick Wow. This is just perfect for my fine brows, and I just brush it in. Now, sometimes I want more of a brow. I'm going to go more natural today. I'm not going to pencil anything. Sometimes I'll go back with a pencil and fill in. Now, occasionally I'll get some gray hair in my brow and I don't want to pluck it because it's pretty thick and adds a little volume. So I like this Thick Wow because it has some color in it and will cover the gray so that all of the hair will match. I go different directions. I'll go this way, I'll go this way, just so the hair thickens up a bit and all of the hair is covered. There we go. That added some nice volume to the brows. My skin is already dry. There's a little tiny bit of tackiness, but it's perfect for what I do next, which is apply my sunscreen. The tinting that they put in it helps to prevent hyperpigmentation. So I'm all about that. I use quite a bit of sunscreen and I layer it. I'll start off with, a couple of pumps and then I'll do some more once it dries down a little bit. I am loving this one from Elta MD. You've heard me go on and on about the Alana Mitchell. Well, this is the one that I've found that is closest to her formula. When I put them side by side, I almost can't tell a difference. And I really have been enjoying this. I believe I have had the Elta MD before, but I think the one that I bought was clear because I know if I had bought the tint, I would have gone crazy over it. So I must have bought the clear. I love tinted sunscreens, not only for this extra protection against the light off of phones and computers, because I'm obviously working on videos all the time, so I'm constantly around technology. I also love it because I can often just wear this and not even wear foundation. So it gives me great coverage and I just think it's an amazing product. And of course I bring this down to the neck and under the chin. I like to do the tops of my hands too. It makes my hands look nicer. And I just think it's great to have that extra coverage on my hands, especially if I'm in the car driving. What I love about this product too, the Elta MD, this is the one that I'm using, is that it doesn't irritate my eyes. I can go on my eyelids and get no irritation at all. While the sunscreen is drying, let's go ahead and do the lips. I like doing the lips sometimes first because it gives me something to base the rest of the look around. I really want more of a pop on the lips today. So I decided to use this lip liner that I already had. It's from Rare Beauty and it's in the shade Admired. And it is more of a sort of a pinky brown, but I think that'll help give more definition to my lips. And I'm also using today these two brushes that I had from Sigma. I've had these a long time. This one's called the Precise Lip Line. And it's a flat brush on the top, really tiny, great for getting a smooth edge. And then this is the pointed lip brush. I love the two as a combination, so I'll be using those today. But let's go ahead and line the lips. I'm going to round out my lip. I have a very defined Cupid's bow, and when I do a little bit more of a curved line over that area, it gives me a fuller look on my lips, makes them look a little different. And then let's go ahead and I'm going to fill in the edges a little bit and bring up the lip liner so that you won't see that definition, that actual line. I want everything to blend and be cohesive. Now that we did that, let's go on with our pink wink. I'm going to just put it in the center of the lips and then blend out with the lip brush. I love this shade. All right, let's use the pointed brush for blending. Look at the power of lipstick. It is unbelievable how just lipstick, just think, all I have on is sunscreen and lipstick. And look at how this just gave me so much life to my face. It's unbelievable. I'm going to put a little bit of pink wink on this flat brush. And I'm going where I put the lip liner so you won't really see the lip liner. The lip liner gave some depth to the lip, so it's underneath there giving that shape. But I want to make sure you can't see the line. I just love this shade. I think it just brought me to life. And so now let's go ahead in, while the skincare or the sunscreen, which I do consider skincare, you're caring for your skin and the fact that you're not going to have all the problems that come from sun exposure. Let's work on the eyes. I have a palette I've never used, I don't think, in a video, and I've had it so long. My daughter insisted that I buy this to sort of stretch myself as far as trying different colors. This is from NYX. And if you're tired of nudes, then I guess this is your video, because we're going to use this shade right here on the eyes, and it's not going to look like I have pink eye. I was really worried about that someone would say, oh, it looks like pink eye. So I tried this out yesterday, and it looks so beautiful. I did the husband test. I went up to my husband, and he normally wouldn't like a shade like that. And I said, how do you like this look? And he said, oh, it's just beautiful. So we're going to use this shade right here in the palette. It's the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette. First, we're going to put on some eyeshadow primer. I have this Essence Prime Like a Boss. It's very affordable. My favorite affordable eyeshadow primer is the Milani in the Wet n Wild, but this has a nice silicone feel to it and spreads on, but this is not going to cover any hyperpigmentation or blue or purple in the eyes. My veins sort of show through. This doesn't cover that, but it's a nice primer. So I'm going to take this set of brushes to work with today. These are from Profusion. They're super affordable. I bought them on Amazon. They come in a set with a small pointed eyeshadow brush, a flat precision brush, which I love for doing eyeliner, and then this one that's a firm blending brush. I've had these for, I would say, at least a month or two now. I wash my brushes every time after I use them, so I wash them a lot. I just use a bar of ivory soap and clean them off. And these have not been losing any hair or anything. So what I'm going to do is go over the eye very softly with this pink. Let's go into that. We're going to get it on the tip of the brush. I'm going to sort of push the product into the brush. I don't want to go directly on my eye with this and get a big blob of color. So we're going to do like a wash of pink. And when I put this on yesterday, even though this is so bright, with the color of my skin underneath, it almost looked like a pinky nude, which looked beautiful with everything else. It was very soft and didn't give that pink eye look. That was my biggest concern with doing pink as a monochromatic look, is that it might look too much like I was tired. So I don't want that look. And I'm just doing very softly and then blending out the edges. Now you can go as dramatic with this as you want. I'm going to go really soft with it. I want the eyes to be very soft looking and the color to come from more the cheeks and lips for this look. This brush is working beautiful. Now, what I love the pointed brush for is getting in the crease. When I'm applying this, I want the pink to show, and I have very deep set eyes, and I know some of you have hooded eyes, and if you just put it on the lid, your eyeshadow is really not going to show very much. So when you're doing your eyes, look straight ahead and keep your eyes open and bring the color up right here above where the eye is so that it'll show. I don't go way above that, but I do want the shadow to show when I'm looking at someone talking. So I will bring it up this little bit and very lightly. Now you could take the pointed brush here, go into the product and put a little bit, I'm going to do a little bit more on the edge just to give a little more definition to the eye. And I do want the pink to show because the whole idea is that all of this flows together. So I love this pointed brush. I've said before, I recently did a video and showed these brushes. It reminds me of one I bought from Makeup Geek years ago, and I don't see pointed brushes that often, and they're really helpful. Now, I like that. That's enough intensity. I don't want the eyes to be too much. And I am going to line them. A lot of times when people do monochromatic look, they just put on mascara and don't do eyeliner at all. But I thought I really do want to do an eyeliner, and I love navy. And I know navy is adding a different color in, but I think for liner, that's okay. We make our own rules, right? And this is from Sephora. I love so many products from the Sephora collection. This is their ultimate gel eyeliner, and I've talked about it before. It's just really beautiful. Let me put a little on my hand. Look at what a gorgeous navy that is. It's really pretty, and navy can bring out the white of your eyes and just make you look more rested. And I thought, since pink could lend itself on the eyes to looking tired, this blue would really brighten things up. And I like to start on the outer corner of the eye, and I'm coming at an angle. I'm coming in my eye like this because I want to create like a tiny little lift on the corner. I wouldn't even call it a wing. I'm just lifting a little bit on the corner, and all this is going to be blended out. Now, when I get to the inner portion of the eye, I'm making my line thinner. I'm starting heavier on the outside and sort of doing to where it barely shows on the inner part, and trying to get really low into the lash line. And this makes your lashes look so much thicker if you get the eyeliner into that lash line, sort of scrub it in there. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. And I'm going to go ahead and take that flat brush from Profusion that I said comes in the set, and then just sort of smoke it out a little bit. I want this line to be not really noticeable as a line. I really like that. Gives me a little lift to the eyes, yet it's not really what I would call a wing. So again, I'm going to start on the corner, just work my way down at an angle, and then keep going across and get thinner as I go. Let me know in the comments what color eyeliner you like. I really am in love with plum, smoky colors like a gray, and also the navy. Those are some of my favorites. I also love green too, like a smoky sort of green. And then I'm just going lightly. Once you blend this out, this Sephora pencil, because I've had it for a while now, it lasts. It just stays in place. Once you put it on, it gives you enough time to play with it and blend it out and smoke it. But then once it dries, it dries. Yeah, I think I went a little more intense on the right eye, so I'm going to add just a little bit over here. When you're done, you can always take a Q-tip and sort of clean things up a little bit. I like to do that. Just go along the edge. I really like this. I think the navy looks really beautiful with the pink. For mascara, I'm just going to pop on some e.l.f. Lash Extender. This is a tubing mascara. I have bought this a couple of times now. I love it because everything stays in place. I don't have to worry about smudging, flaking, none of that. Again, you could have just skipped the eyeliner for this look and just put on some mascara. One thing I love to do is take this bent brush. This is from Delium, and I'll link it in the description. Everything will be linked in the description of the video. And thank you for shopping those links because you're supporting my channel. I wouldn't have a channel without you. So what I like to do is just go at the base of the lash and wiggle the product in. This makes the lashes look a lot thicker. This brush is also great for catching those lashes that are hard to get. I have trouble getting, you can turn the brush the other way too. I have trouble getting these inside without making a huge mess. So you can just sort of comb through the lashes with this and even hold them up a little bit so you get a little more curl. See, can you see a difference between where I've applied it with the brush and this eye? When I look at it, I definitely can see a difference. It almost looks like I tight lined my eye or went in the waterline, which I'm not doing. A lot of eye doctors recommend not doing that because you can cause different eye issues. So what I like to do is make sure I'm getting right at the base of the lash and not on the waterline. Also, a lot of us get irritated eyes if we put it in the waterline. Not everybody can do that without experiencing discomfort. So this is a way to get around that. I guess you could say a hack. But this brush was very affordable, probably $10 or so, and it's been worth every penny. It washes easy too. Now, another thing you do with this brush is put mascara on your lower lashes. I like to do that sometimes, so let's try that out. Just a tiny amount, just so they show. My lashes don't really show much. Also, if you put it near the lash line, it almost looks like you put eyeliner on when you have it. I don't like putting too much eyeliner on the lower line because it just makes my eyes look smaller. So I tend to concentrate my eyeliner on the outer third of the eye. But doing this, you get a really natural look, like you've put eyeliner on when you haven't. So I think it makes the eyes look larger. I am loving the eye look. I was so skeptical before when I was trying this out before the video if it would work out with the pink, but I think this is really pretty. It's very soft looking, and I think the navy eyeliner, that was a win. Now let's talk about blush. I recently bought this. It's from NYX. It's their Buttermelt blush. We're going to be using that. And you know what? I forgot that I hadn't even put foundation on because the Elta MD is looking so good. But let's go ahead and put on a little bit. I'm not going to put on a lot today, but I have this Profusion Feel Good Skin. It's a long wearing, they call it a skin perfector. It has hyaluronic acid. It says medium to full coverage. And I'm going to put a little bit of that on just to make the look even a little more put together. This is a really thin formula, which I love. And I'm going to use a brush from a company. It's called Haley's. I have heard about this all over the internet, this brush. And so I thought, I'm going to see if it's really as good as they say. And it is. It really is such a nice brush. I took it on vacation with us and only used it for 2 weeks. And I just loved it. I actually looked forward to putting on my makeup every day. I did full makeup every day of our vacation because I brought a bunch of stuff with me that I was testing. So I had a suitcase full of makeup, and I love this brush. It really does make the makeup look very smooth. So we're just going to put a little of this on, and look at the coverage I'm getting from the Profusion. It really is like a medium to full coverage. So if you like that, if you want that amount of coverage, what I like about this, it's that coverage, but with a skin look. It does not look heavy on my skin. I just don't like heavy foundation anymore. I want to just have my skin look better, but not look so made up. And this even covers around my nose where I get redness and I have some discoloration there. So that's saying a lot. I even bring it up and don't wear concealer in the under eyes. So today I'm not going to put any concealer on. Just leave it like that. And I think it looks really nice. Great coverage. And I love the shade. The shade I bought was medium, I think. Let me see. Yeah, medium 3 neutral. I'm really a neutral skin tone, and so that works well for me. Now I am going to brighten my eyes a little bit, and I'm using this pencil. It's from the company Golden Rose. It's a concealer pencil. It's so creamy. It has vitamin E in it. It just works really well. It's long wearing, and what I like is you can pop it in your purse. And if you're out and you see you need a little something, it works great. It does not get cakey. I've put it on top of it over and over to test it, and it just really impressed me how it never got cakey. So I'm going to brighten here. I bought 2 shades. This is the lighter shade I bought. And I really like this to brighten up these areas. Because my eyes are so deep set, I tend to get dark almost on the nose. So this helps to just make me look more awake. And even though I'm retired, I'm filming really early in the morning. I've got an appointment this morning that I have to go to, so it's like 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm filming. So much for sleeping in, right? It's going to take me a while to be able to sleep in, to be honest. All these years, I've woken up so early to film and go to school, so I'm in such a routine that that's going to be a little hard for me to break out of that. See how nice that worked? And it just blended so easily. I just pat it with my finger. That's it. Really simple. Well, we are to a beautiful blush. This is from NYX, and it's the Butter with Time. And this was also sort of an inspiration. When I first bought this, I thought, what am I going to pair this with? I really don't have any shades I normally wear like this. And then look at how this matches with my shirt so beautifully. Now, I got to warn you, this blush is so intense. I've used it. I took this on the vacation and I wore it several days. Look at the intensity. So I'm going to put it on my hand first. I don't want the blush to look clownish. I want it to look really soft. So I'm just going to pat. I would rather build it than have to take it away. And you notice I'm putting it really high on my cheekbones. Now, I've always done that. Now everybody's sort of talking about that as we get older, applying it higher on the cheekbone. But I just always felt that method looked better on the way my face was shaped. So that's how I've always applied my blush. I tried doing it on the apples of the cheeks before, and it looked ridiculous, like it was down by my lips. So I just have never applied my blush on the apples of the cheeks because of the way my face is shaped. Wow, I love that. Look at how soft and beautiful. This has really come together. If you would like to see me do a look with like pinky nude or brown, or I could do another peach or red even, because red is big in the monochromatic look, I would love to do a look for you. So you just let me know in the comments. The last thing I'm going to do is put a little brightening pink powder on. This is from Morphe, and I bought a little set. It comes with translucent and pink to try out. And I did a YouTube short on this, comparing the two. And they were really close. I couldn't tell a huge difference with this powder between the translucent and the pink. But some women said in the comments that they did think this looked brighter than the translucent. So I'm going to put just a little bit under the eyes just to brighten me up. I really like this. I don't usually powder the under eyes, but when I got this, I just thought it was really pretty. I liked the way it looked. I'm going to put a little around the lips to help keep more definition in the shape. Let's put a little on the nose. I just love this. Now, I wanted to talk about something before we go that is so simple. You could do this even easier. I wanted to show putting on powder shadow because many of you love powder shadow. You don't like the creams. You really like powder makeup, powder blush. And I hear that a lot in the comments. So that's why I did the look the way that I did. But there's some really even easier, quicker ways to do this. One is a product like Boom. This is a new shade of theirs called Peony Pink. And this is such a gorgeous pink. I definitely could have used this today for the look. And this is not made for the eyes, but it's made for the lips and cheeks. So you could just very easily go on the cheeks. Let me put a little bit of this on just so you see. See how beautiful this pink is? And then just pat it into the skin like that. You could even go on top of powder or put this on as a base and put powder on top. Now see how pretty that is and easy to do. So you could just put this on your lips, cheeks, and then go in with a shadow like what I did today. That would be super fast. That's one product. You wouldn't have to have a separate lipstick and blush. So that's a great thing to do. One thing I didn't put on today is highlighter. I'm going to try out this Boom Glow. I don't know that I've ever used this before. This is just like a moisturizer. You can put this on before you put makeup on. It's very dewy, and I'm just going to put a little bit here to just give me a little natural shine. Let's take a look. It adds a lot of moisture to the skin. I really like that. Those were sent to me. I wanted to mention that. But I have bought many products from Boom before, so I love their products. They're really great, and they seem to last a long time too. I love coordinating the nails with the look too, so today I used this polish from Essie. It's called Birthday Girl, and I think it's so pretty. You don't have to have the same tone or deepness to the color. You can use different shades within the family. So of course this is sort of like a baby pink, but I think it looks great being that my hands are older. I've got more veins, more things like that in my hands. Also some swatches on my hands. I just like soft colors sometimes. They just make the hands look more tan too. So this is a favorite of mine. I love the little bit of sparkle, and the Essie polish holds up so great on my nails. I'm always doing dishes and touching papers and doing all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't seem to chip. So that's one reason I've bought it for a long time. That's our look for today. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a different look, if you'd like to see, I'm really curious. I'd like to do sort of a nude bronzy look for summer. But let me know if you're interested or not. I love and appreciate you all so much. I hope this was fun. I wanted it to be fun and sort of get into that summer vibe. And so let me know what you're enjoying too. I'd love to hear any of the makeup that you're loving this summer. I appreciate you. I hope you have a blessed week, and I'll see you soon.